Greetings and welcome to Under Consultation, the Floppies 2026. I am one of your hosts of the podcast and this award ceremony, Ash Versus, and right next to me, right here in this very room, look, I can poke him, I can poke him,
me.
poke. I keep needing to remember, camera's there, not there, camera's there, not there.
I looked up once as well. But anyway, I am Cliff Foster, aka the amazing Cliff. Hello, how's everyone doing? Look, I'm here. I would poke you back, but HR. We'll have to get on to HR about that.
I'm HR.
Who is HR?
I'm HR.
There's lots of people that could be HR behind us.
There is. We have a very crowded studio today, but I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. Whether you're joining us on the purple place, or well, actually, I guess the bluey purple place, or the red place, because they get a bit funny about naming each other on there. But yeah, we are here for the Floppy Award Ceremony 2026. Over the past couple of months, many of you have been filling out our survey, voting for your favorite Prime episode, your favorite focus episodes, your favorite extra episodes, your favorite bonus episodes, as well as leaving us some nice little feedback as well. Some of it anonymous. And weirdly, I thought the anonymous feedback would be the stuff that would be just a case of, well, now we get the knives out. But no, it was all very, very lovely. Keep looking up there.
I know. I did it. I've done it now twice. I'm counting how many times I do it.
I'll tell you why it is.
What's that?
That's a different camera.
Okay.
If I put that camera, which no one can see, even Cliff, because he's not looking in that direction.
Oh, there, I can see it now. Yeah.
If it was that camera, I'd have no problem, because that's the camera I stare at all the time, even when it's not switched on.
But because it's a different camera and you're not used to staring into the circular lens, that's
yeah. I'll tell you what, by the time we do our stream tomorrow,
don't give yourself another job.
I'll put some googly eyes on it so I can maintain eye contact. Because we are streaming tomorrow. We're streaming Rumble in the Kronks, the battle for the big floppy, featuring myself, Ash Versus, representing ECW, versus the amazing Cliff, representing WWE SmackDown, featuring exhibition matches, my GM mini-season rumbles, guest referees, and much, much more. That's Friday the 13th of March, 2026, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. GMT on the purple place.
The purple place. Yeah,
cool.
'Cause we're on the red place as well. We do have to lay out for a little bit of an apology for you guys that are on the red place. We can see, well, Ash can see your comments coming through. They are slightly delayed compared to the other ones. So they won't appear at the beginning bit like what we saw at the beginning. Only the purple place are appearing there. But those on the red place, yeah, don't worry. We can see them. Oh, not me mic, Ash. Not me mic. I'm going to move it that way a bit.
Apparently we're getting some echo.
Echo?
Yeah.
The dolphin?
I don't know.
Is that let's have a look.
Yeah. It's all very exciting technology because this is the first time we've streamed together.
Are you Yeah, that's singular. That is not stereo.
It's not bad when you have your mics closer. But when we're just touching the tips. No, mate, I've got to handle this microphone. This is why we don't record together more often. Stop it. There we go. Okay, if we can get some real-time feedback on whether that's better or not,
hello,
let us know.
Is it me you're looking for? No, he ain't. Definitely ain't.
It's whenever C, echo is worse.
Oh.
Okay, you know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to turn your mic off.
Off.
Hang on.
It's
Last audio.
It's episode 200 all over again. I gotta say,
This
silence.
This will all be cut. This will all be cut.
It'll all be lost in the edit.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's not fine.
Do you want me to sing for them?
No.
I can't see what you're saying. You could be saying all sorts of stuff. I don't know.
Okay, right. We'll wait and see. I'm going to move this mic
Yeah.
further,
So
and we'll just put it between us. Push that one out the way. And there we are. That's something else for me to fix by tomorrow morning. If people could let us know if that's better on the echo or not, that would be very, very good.
It's going to lean in now. It's not like I have problems with projecting, is it?
No. In fact, I think earlier I did have to say, Cliff, could you project a little bit less?
It wasn't because I was making it peak. It was more for the neighbours. Everybody needs good neighbours.
I need to keep my neighbours on good terms. This is a rental property, dickhead. But anyway, with that fixed, we're here for the Floppies. We're here to reveal what the favourite episodes are. And it's been quite a year. We've been to some new places.
Yep.
We've broken ground. We did our first award show.
Yeah.
Like actually covering an award show as opposed to this, which is our second. We covered a videotape.
Yep.
We covered some new series. We went as far back as I think we're ever going to be able to go.
Yeah, with the Magnificent Marble Machine. I don't think that we're ever going to be able to go back further, and we're never ever going to understand what was the name of the guy? Oh, what was his what was the name of the guy? It was the same as the guy that we never knew what he won in the end from the beginning of the first episodes.
Oh God! Oh, and the Magnificent Marble Machine. No, I can't remember his name either, but that's fine because it was
Gary. Was it Gary? Like Gary Sparrow? Wasn't it?
It was that
Gary.
time traveling Lothario.
Dickhead. That's the word I'm looking for.
But we've had a couple of last minute substitutions. We revisited some old favourites. We even, it's been a great time. And it's been really interesting seeing your thoughts and the results of the Floppies come in. But shall we actually just get on and do the first category?
Let's do this. Kept me on my camera. Just anyway, we are starting with the Focus Extras, and no yub nub, starting with last year's Summer Spectacular, Battle for Endor, with a grumpy whiff with Brimley, and a surprise reaction from myself. And we're straight into October's Shocktober episode, indulging Mulder's fantasies, and the Lone Gunman making a first appearance on the podcast with X-Files First-Person Shooter. And we climb to the top of the Pink Windmill to see if we can get closer to heaven with our Christmas special with Emu and Rod.
You sped up and you ran out early, didn't you?
I did ran out early. Did. That was getting used to. I didn't know you were going to have me on the camera there. I was like, getting this ready to go. And
do you know what, Cliff? It would be amazing if you turned up a couple of hours ago and you've been sat right there.
Yeah, but I was writing me notes.
He never pays attention. But anyway, let's run down the three that we've got there. So, X-Files being in there didn't surprise me at all. X-Files is always popular. We could do an X-Files podcast and we'd probably actually do better than we do with the video game television.
And to be honest, if you have a look at it, we can't really get much worse than First Person Shooter. It was a good podcast to do, but it wasn't possibly one of the worst X-Files episodes I've ever seen. It was not a good episode.
It wasn't. I mean, it was just a bad. It was just a bad episode. The characters were out of type. Nothing they did made any sense.
No.
We'll go to the beginning last because I think that's one of the most important ones to qualify. Seeing Rod Hull and Emu, the Pink Windmill show in there was wonderful. It's a show that I've wanted to do. Excuse me. It's a show that I've wanted to do since we started 2.0, but it's always been very difficult because of where it sits in time. Like, it's pre-Games Master, you know,
Yeah.
so it can be very, very difficult. And yeah, but then we get to Battle for Endor, which all began this time. Well, actually, no, it ended this time last year. It
Yeah.
began going way back when I discovered you had not seen the Ewok movies.
Yeah, I can't even remember what episode that would have come up on. I think it was maybe the first ever time we did. I know it wouldn't have been Starcade. Maybe it was Starcade. I don't know. It was we would. I think it was maybe April of last year or the year before. Sorry, and we covered the Star Wars arcade machine, the original Star Wars arcade machine. And I think that's when it came up in that conversation, because a lot of you will know that I bloody love Star Wars, and I think that's where it came up in conversation. So
And
it
you say you love Star Wars, and yet, and still,
but I enjoyed it.
you did enjoy it.
I
That
did
was
enjoy
that was a
it.
big thing. But let's go back up here. But I think the most important thing is like, I was like, I'm gonna get you to do it. I'm gonna get you to do it. I'm gonna get you to do it. And then it came to a head when we realized we were gonna get together to do a WWE 2K stream last year, which of course we're doing again this year. And that just cemented it, because then it became the battle for the control of our next bonus episode. Of course,
Oh, he's got it.
the key was in this case here. And what this guy never thought to check is what was actually in the case.
It's that been in there since last year.
Oh no, I actually rebuilt this because I'd removed the floppy from the front of the case as well.
Oh. For
But-
the bit, anything for the bit, eh?
But we have another forfeit this year, and I'd say this year, like, one, I'm not going to fool him again, because I can't, because the both of us are going to suffer one way or the other.
Yeah, because if you've listened, if you're a patron of the podcast, you would have maybe listened to today, the Mr. Bean, the animated series episode, where I actually put it to Ash, okay, well, if I win, you have to watch Mr. Bean's Holiday. Which I think is actually quite funny. And I think you're going to enjoy Mr. Bean's Holiday.
The thing is if I win, you're watching a Star Trek film. But the thing is, I love the fact that I'm not saying, oh, I'm going to make you watch, like, I don't know, The Final Frontier, where they fight God, which is just awful. It's just a bad movie. I'm not going to make you watch one of the last two Next Generation movies, which are also awful. I was going to pick one of the good ones. Like, I was going to go with Wrath of Khan, or The Voyage Home, or even The Undiscovered Country, which are just like, The Voyage Home and The Undiscovered Country are just fun movies. The Voyage Home in particular, you could remove Star Trek from it and it would be just as much fun, because it's about fish out of water people, and fish and water and people. But basically it's fun.
It's the Doctor Who.
It is actually because it involves time travel. You're not far out.
Oh.
Yeah, but I pick something nice. You make me watch fucking. I
It's
don't
got
like
William
Mr.
Dafoe
Bean.
in it. It's got William Dafoe in it.
And the first movie had Peter McNichol in it and Peter Capaldi in it, and that didn't help.
I'm all covered in gore.
Not yet, you're not. But anyway, that's all coming up. Shall we find out what won and discuss that a bit more? Because I've already forgotten.
No, I think I know. Because we're going to find out together. Because the winner of the floppy for the Focus Extra is X-Files first-person shooter. Mulder's Fantasy come to life. And, yeah. Got his hands cut off.
Yeah. I was not surprised that X-Files won this, because one, again, X-Files always popular.
Oh, yeah.
And also it's just a terrible episode, and you guys seem to enjoy it more when we're suffering.
Yeah, but actually saying that, last time we covered X-Files, we covered it back the year before, in 2024, we did POD. And that was actually a really good episode, like some fantastic acting. Like,
Yeah.
the contrast in acting, the contrast between those two episodes in acting was just like light and day. Yes, it's got Jack Black in it, POD, but I mean, like, I mean, the acting it was superb, absolutely fantastic. This literally was like it could have been like a 90s B movie, especially the bit with the where she's being interrogated in the police station. It's like, I will uncross my legs now. It's like, oh, for God's sake.
The entire thing is just a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, you would not believe the talent that's actually involved in making that episode because none of it's visible on screen.
Yep.
Like it should be like a it's not okay. It's not going to be like a Michelin star meal, but it's going to be like like if you get a meal deal from Tesco or Sainsbury's, or no, you're going to go to Marks and Spencer's, and you're not just getting a Marks and Spencer's meal deal. You're getting a Marks and Spencer's finest meal deal.
Yes,
So you think
the
it's
one
going to
in
be
the paper packet.
so it's going to be slightly nicer bread. It's going to be slightly nicer cheese and meats.
Yeah.
Maybe instead of just your standard butter or mayo, it's a garlic herb mayo.
Oh.
Yeah, and maybe you get it with some
We haven't
hand
had
cooked.
dinner yet.
Yeah, I know we haven't. You get hand cooked crisps afterwards, to go with it, and then you buy all that, and then you get out of the shop, you get home, you open it, and someone's taken a shit between you leaving the supermarket and getting home. Someone has somehow stolen it from the bag, taken the sandwich out, eaten it, digested it, and then curled one out in the shape of a perfect sandwich.
That is the best analogy I've ever heard of first-person shooter. But we got to talk about the lone gunman.
I was just saying, Tom in chat is saying, order a kebab. Mate, way ahead of you. It's saved on my phone.
Yeah.
It's saved on my phone, baby.
We're getting combo. We're getting 2 types of kebab. I think you might even be going more than that.
I'm getting 3 types of kebab because I've not eaten today
Nope.
because of the sheer stress of getting all this done and still having the mics betray me at the end. Weird thing about this mic thing, we did mic tests earlier.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe, was that on Twitch? Was that on Twitch or sorry? Was that on the purple one or the red one?
Well, no, it's on both. I had both open. But you know what? If it's working fine with one mic, we'll just use one mic of all of tomorrow. That's one less cable I need to run.
True.
But yeah, let's talk about the Lone Gunman, because the Lone Gunman I love. I love the Lone Gunman in their solo series, and I just wish our first meeting of them on the podcast had been better.
Yeah.
Like, i.e., any of their other episodes.
So without ruining anything for this year, we did look at a way of bringing the Lone Gunman a solo episode in there. We haven't figured out how yet, but I know that we will. Eventually, it will be coming because, yeah, I haven't watched any of these solo episodes yet. I haven't watched them, so I do want to dive into them. And yeah, I was in love with the Lone Gunman anyway in the original series, so.
Cool. I was just checking. I didn't have any listener feedback for the Focus Extra section. No.
Not angry. I'm disappointed, guys. You didn't give us anything.
I think, in fairness, I think some of the Focus Extras get mentioned in other comments. But it's kind of like most people made broader subject matter.
I thought Yub Nub would be top of the agenda. I really did. I think if I had hated Ewoks, I think it would have been, it would have been more comments.
There were only 2 points between. There were only 2 points between them. So it was very, very close. Very, very close indeed. But we're ripping through these. Shall we get on to the next category?
Yeah, I'm going to watch my timings this time. Because we are onto the focus episodes.
There we go.
And first of all, we're going to go into a story with more twists and turns than even Sega know, because they can't remember their own history. Definitely didn't involve any Yakuza. That is our history on the SG-1000. And hello, all you cartridge blowers! Huh? Back in April, we dived into the first issue of my favorite magazine of all time, the Nintendo 64 magazine. And we join Scat as we dive into the FMV, the light that was Night Trap, and our Shoptober focus. Let's see if Ash can hold back from singing the theme.
I can. I'm not singing it.
Oh, go on.
No. Although when we were running through it earlier, I did say they should have just ripped off the B-52s completely. It's just like, a night trap is a little old place where we will get drained of blood. Night trap, baby. So I'll sing that, but I won't sing the Night Trap theme.
You've sung it so perfectly, I reckon you're going to get a license it.
I'm going to get a copyright strike for singing a no, because it's parody. It's like Weird Al. I mean, I didn't ask their permission, but fuck them. I mean, they could have got the B-52s. What were the B-52s doing in the early 90s? They hadn't got the Flintstones
No,
money
I was about
yet.
to say Flintstones was 95, wasn't
Yeah,
it? So
yeah, they haven't got the
even
Flintstones
that.
money. So what else did we have there? We had Night Trap, we had the SG-1000, and we had N64 magazine.
Yes.
Starting at the beginning, the SG-1000, I was overjoyed that appeared in the top 3 because that was a real labor of love. And egotistically, that was a moment I thought, this podcast's going to blow up because like everywhere reports the origins of the SG-1000 incorrectly.
Yep.
And I'm like, was it what they call time extension? They're going to pick up on this. Everyone's going to pick up on it. They're like, hey, all this stuff that's reported is wrong, and it actually no one cared.
Nada.
Which is weird because that's exactly what happened to the SG-1000 when it came out. No one cared.
But I think it's one of those things that if I was to sort of say, you know, somebody who wants to know what this podcast does, especially on those focus episodes, that will be the one I point them towards, because it was such a good focus. For me, it was such a good focus that we did, and it was fun diving into those games.
Yeah,
those games, because I didn't realize there was a pre-agreed list, and I dived into too many SG-1000 games. But hey ho, I got a broad scope of everything, didn't I?
You just cared too much.
I did, probably. But then we go into the N64 mag, and that is, I think that was your sorry to me because of the Yub Nub, because you thought I was really going to be, you know, affected by that Yub Nub episode.
I mean, that was the episode where basically we that was the month even where it became N64 life for the month. Everything was N64
apart
based.
from Teletubbies was the only one sort of breaking it in between. We had that as an extra.
Yeah, we did, but to be fair, you're kind of like a Teletubby.
You're a little bit. Thank you.
You're a little bit Dipsy. You're a little bit Tinky Winky. You're definitely Lala, and occasionally you make me Poe.
I was wondering where you were going to go from that. I thought you were going to say I smell a Poe, but anyway.
Potpourri. You smell of flowers, my dear.
But it was a really good episode in the way of N64 Mag. Obviously, lots of people were lovely feedback about it because a lot of people did buy that magazine as well. And it was great to see its origins because, it was just brilliant to see like the 64DD getting brought up a lot and games that were never released. And obviously, Shoshinko Show. Again, like that is our vortex, like what we always fall into. We do something and it goes back to that Shoshinkai Show that was broadcast on Series 5 of Games Master. So that was Series 5 of Games Master. It was an exclusive that only happened the week before. I love it how we always get brought back to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we go on to Night Trap, which both us two thought was going to be, I don't know, I just thought, this is going to be just an episode. And it turned out to be one of the most fun I've had on an episode of doing this.
I mean, the other thing is, like, when it comes to normally, like, I will try if possible to play some stuff like offline to do with the various episodes, and also on stream if I can. Night Trap was the one where I'm like, not only am I going to play Night Trap on stream, I'm going to speedrun it. I'm going to get the 101 captures, and I'm going to perfect it. And I did. And I think that is, I don't platinum trophy hunt. I don't do any of that. But that one I'm super proud of.
You should be, because I say this on the podcast. I was crap at that game. I was awful. I kept missing the cues, of when the colors would change. But I mean, like, to watch that movie, and the movie is out there, the full movie, if you want to watch it on YouTube, if you don't want to play the game, go and watch it out, because that movie, it's just cheese, but it's the right cheese. You know what I mean? It's so much fun. It's daft, and I loved it.
It's not too bland. It's not too stinky. It's just the right level of cheese. And when you talk about like learning where getting the cues and stuff like that, for me, getting that perfect run of Night Trap, it was like, and this actually goes back to the theatre and production world, where you'll watch a run through and then you'll be going through going, oh, okay, we need that cue there, we need that light cue there, that sound cue there. I basically built up. I basically built up a time code list.
Oh shit, that is literally your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
But it was a case of just going, okay, and then practicing it. So I knew that when I came to do it on stream, I would have it locked in, and I would do it. And I did. I did it. I made it all the way through the first half. There is a checkpoint. There was a single checkpoint, and I made it all the way through. But shall we find out what the winner is?
This is going to be a tight one, I think. Because the winner for the extra floppy is Night Trap. Oh, this was a close one, but Night Trap is the winner for our focus. I said extras. Focus episode. Apologies.
See, they're singing. I don't need to sing.
They're having a jolly good time. Hope none of them die.
All of them died. Well, actually, no, none of them died when I played it. All of them died when you played it.
Hang on a minute. No, you did the perfect, and isn't it at the perfect? She still gets sucked. She gets sucked up. Your
Does she now? It's a trapdoor, mate. She doesn't get sucked up a trapdoor.
Sucked down or whatever. She goes down.
That sounds worse. But no, she doesn't die. She just gets trapped.
Oh.
Because the name of the game, Cliff, isn't Night Murder.
Yeah, but that's what it's instigating.
Well, the idea is they get trapped.
Yeah.
And then
turns into sausages.
Yeah, exactly. But there was a step in between. Kebabs. So yeah, so Night Trap won. That was also, I think Night Trap was the runaway winner.
Yeah.
There, like just absolutely. And yeah, it was as again, the top three, lovely stuff. But I was very, very proud to see Night Trap do so well. And we do have some feedback on Focus episodes.
Ooh, I haven't heard this yet.
Sean says, more Cliff rants and Night Trap.
Was I ranty at Night Trap? I don't think I was there being that
I think
ranty.
you were ranty about not being able to play it.
Oh, probably.
James says, keep up the excellent work. Loved the FMV Games chat, which, of course, there was a lot of both with Night Trap, but also with Game Over and everything about that.
So when you said about doing Game Over, we'll just quickly add to that. It's like, I was like, oh, it's going to be a short 90-minute episode. Oh, no. Because we always say that we don't want to create ourselves work. But it's weird how that was the same length of time as some of our, like, we've just done a 10-minute show. Yet that podcast was the same length as that podcast.
Yeah,
Mad, isn't it?
But I mean, the thing is, with a film, as you know, there was stuff to talk about with the various games in it, but a lot of it was just following the plot. What else do we have? Oh yeah, this is an anonymous one, and I addressed this on Under Console Nation, but we'll go there again.
Yeah.
I know Luke can't be there anymore, but I think with the amount you do, it might be good to get guests who are informed in the topic you're covering. It's probably not as straightforward as looking in the Rolodex. Well, you have definitely given away your age by saying that. For a Sentai or Sega SG-1000 expert, but it might help lighten the load, as it sounds like you're both taking on an awful lot. First of all, we are taking on an awful lot.
Yeah, we do this because we love doing it. And if we didn't love doing it, we wouldn't be bloody doing it. Streaming is so much easier. It's funny that, isn't it?
Yeah. So, fun fact, obviously didn't get anyone in for Night Trap, didn't get anyone in for the Sega SG-1000. We have, this year so far, tried to get experts or interviews in, and both times it's fallen through completely.
The last time we were just ghosted. I think
pretty much.
Yeah, ghosted.
Pretty much. So and here's the thing, to get all the requests and the scheduling and finding the experts, particularly when it is something as niche as those, like it was the Persona. I was going to try to get someone on to talk about that. I actually was trying to get one of the translation team. The amount of effort it takes to find the people, to track the people down, to get contact details for the people, I may as well have just written the notes for the episode. So you're absolutely right, and we are working to get more guests on. In fact, we won't reveal who it is, but we should have a guest on for pretty much every episode of August.
Yes, and then we've got a possible guest on for another special that we're doing later on.
Yeah.
A returning guest, that one is.
Yes. I've completely forgotten who that is, but you'll have to remind me when we're off mic. But yeah, so we are trying. We're very trying. And regarding Luke, he did actually turn up in December's Under Console Nation, and he has said he would like to come back and he'd like to do stuff. But obviously, I mean, he's got a kid, and I know you've got a kid as well, but he's got a kid at that age.
I don't know. My kid's at an age as well. If he's watching this,
but he can wipe
at an age.
He can wipe his own arse, we'd presume.
We assume. But it's it's one of those things. It was really positive actually. At the beginning, the end of the year, he was like, "Do you know what? I would like to come back, but it has to be when his life has the time for it." And it's always open for Luke to come back. It's never going to be a turnaround unless he turned around and said it. and said he didn't want to ever do it again, it was the door's always open for him to come back.
Yeah.
So
I was actually amused. Someone joined the Twitch stream yesterday. And he was like, "Oh wow, I didn't know Luke. I love Wrestle Talk." And I'm like, "Yeah, Luke's not around much anymore." I was waiting for him to disappear off the user list.
Oh.
He didn't.
Oh.
He didn't. Stuck around.
well
But,
done. If you're watching this and you're expecting Luke to be sat here with him, I'm sorry.
And I ran out of time to make the sock puppet, so that's why we didn't have Mr. Sock.
Is that why I'm here? Because you haven't got time
Hang
to
on.
make a sock puppet.
There we are.
I wonder what that hole in the chair was.
It's a special chair. You've seen that scene in Casino
Yeah,
Royale.
that's what I say.
We're doing that later.
Oh, poor Daniel Craig's bollocks. We're not getting monetized, you know that.
Speaking of Daniel Craig's bollocks, which have no connection to the next category, should we move on to the extras?
We shall. Because we're on to the extras and platform 2 for the 842 to Imagination. We jumped into the first 2 episodes of Resha, Sentai, Tokaja. Are they dead? We just don't know. We don't know. They might be dead. Probably.
I know because I've seen the entire series.
But anyway, we're on to one of my favourites as we were pounced on by a giant wizard in New York City for one of my favourite shows of all time, Spider-Man, the animated series for November's Extra. And it wouldn't be a little bit of UCP without a little bit of Bully at Christmas, as we covered for an extra Christmas special. A little bit of the bullseye. Will it get the 180 again and win? We'll find out in a second, I suppose.
And again, I've also forgotten what wins. But I tell you what gets me, and I just
No,
noticed,
I know what wins.
I just noticed watching there, in that clip of Bullseye, when Jockey Wilson is smiling at Jim, he reminds me of Ted from Gone Fishing, the dog.
We have
It's
no
like,
teeth left. The guy literally lost all his teeth in his 20s because he had such a sugary diet.
Yeah, and
It's a real sad story,
It is,
actually,
it
with
is.
Jockey Wilson. I did
I mean,
not
to be
know.
honest, there aren't many darts players of that era that where their story just ends and they died peacefully in their sleep at age 85. No, it all gets pretty horrific.
Yeah, it does. I think Eric was the one that came out of it the least likely. Actually, oh God, what was the third guy's name? Anyway, the other guy, Neil, was it?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah, he ended up being MBE for his charity work and all that jazz. So it's nice to see with that one. But one that you have been figuring out a way to get on this podcast from the very start was Reshai Sentai Tokaja. Like, you have been trying to figure out a way, and you're like, Cliff, Sentai, but with trades. And that's how you are. I was like, well, you sold it to me.
So, it's a thing. Like, I will say that was definitely a thing. It was a case of, okay, here's when the first 2 episodes of Tokuja aired, what was going on at that time, and I take a look and I see Game Center CX and I see it's a 2-parter, and I'm like, brilliant, we've covered 2 months and we get to watch 2 parts. You know how sometimes we watch films and it could be said mixed reviews? Tokuja, the response to that. Now look, it's a difficult one. We cover stuff that's not in English and we use fan subbed or in sometimes our own subtitle generated versions, but it does make the clips somewhat interesting because of course no one understands what's being said, including us most of the time. But I know some people were just like, well, this is just too weird for me. And I get it. And I thank you for indulging us, really.
See, I thought it was fairly positive towards it because I loved it. And I even said to you, like, we still got means of watching it because unfortunately, if you are looking for it on archive.org, they have taken away all of the episodes now. But yeah, it's one of those things that I loved it. I really, really love Tokaja. And I think it's one of those easy ones that we've said in the past with other episodes. It'd just be good to just do episodes of this, you know, at some time in some way. Just do episodes of this.
Sorry, someone said that the YouTube still says waiting to start.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh no. I checked. I think if you click off of it and go back on it. Oh yeah.
No, you know what? It's fine. For some reason,
fine.
it's created duplicates. I don't know why. So, whoops.
Whoopsie doodles.
Whoopsie doodle. We live and we learn, and then sometimes
We fail.
we cry. We cry. But thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, no, to be honest, we don't know what's happening. We're just talking on a microphone.
But yeah, so sorry, we had Tokyo,
Yes.
and then
we've spoken about a little bit of Bully, but the last one, the animated series of Spider-Man. I was very excited about this. It was a joy to write, it was a joy to record, and it was a joy to edit. Obviously, a certain word fluff that I may have inserted there did come back to haunt me, but again for the second year running. Thank you, Dino Crisis, and thank you, the animated series of Spider-Man.
You know, the really sad thing is, I put all my Halloween decorations up in the loft, and in amongst my Halloween decorations is a T-Rex wearing a hat and cape. And I just realised I do actually have a giant wizard, a wizard lizard.
Oh, we need it up. We need
but the loft's up there, and I'm not going up there.
I gotta climb. I'm gonna Spider-Man and get up there.
No, it's because it's cold. But yeah, so Spider-Man was great to do. Was that the month where we ended up having to rebook everything? We've had a couple of them.
Oh, we've had a couple of those months. I think it was one of those ones. Yes, because we were gonna do a TV show that aired in America, which would have been very different. And then you went to see if we could get one of the guests as a...
Oh, that was right.
Yeah, you went to go and see if you could get one of the guests as the focus, and you went, Cliff, this happened to one the other guy, because there was two guys, and one of the guys was like, oh no.
Yeah, the other, he was a proper wrong-'em.
Yeah, proper wrong-'em.
Like, basically, there is an entire run of a series in America that we can't touch because of this guy.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of, like...
Jimmy Savile.
Yeah, it's that level of equivalent.
I mean,
thankfully, they did 2 seasons, so we can cover the other season at some point. But
no, it would literally, we had to think on our feet with that one. Because there's been a couple of them, but there's been happy accidents with that. Because we didn't have it last year, but the year before, we did Henry's Cat. And Henry's Cat appeared... just because we messed... Well, I messed up with those dates. I got the wrong one. You got it in, like, June, but it should have been May.
It's all right. Keep going.
Keep going. Yeah, but no, the animated series of Spider-Man, it was a bloody joy to do. And, yeah, again, I think it fits... Like, lots of our extras. I love our extras. And, obviously, when I joined, extras went on a bit of a hiatus. Because you two were doing... core episodes every single week, and the extras, we know about SWAT Cats. I've told you, Luke Owen, if you're watching this, you're not getting away from it. You two are doing SWAT Cats. I don't care. You're doing SWAT Cats. Don't look at him. Don't look out. There's Mike. Don't look at him.
You hit the mic, I'll hit you. You know that's the rule for wrestling.
You've already poked me. But I think that's one of the things that I am proud of, how we've done this. Obviously, we didn't want it all going behind a paywall, but I feel now with the extras, we give so much back for £1 a month. £1 a month if you want to sign up to Patreon. For £1 a month.
Do you know how many times I have to cut your Patreon promos down to 1 an episode?
I'm turned it into a bit now. I'm quite proud of it.
It's just like, oh Christ, that's the 3rd time he's done that. Scissors, gone.
I'm proud of it.
You're shameless. But no, I'm glad that we're doing the extras on the regular again. Yeah. Unfortunately, the format of the show doesn't allow us to do votes anymore. But who knows? Maybe at some point in the future we'll be able to. If we end up with too many nominations for a month. I mean, I say this when we got pretty much all of 2026 panned out. But we have some cracking extras actually coming up. Next month is going to be
next month. Yes.
Yeah. Next month, for our core episode, we are returning to a firm favourite from overseas.
Yep.
And it's not a series that precisely debuted in the world at the same time, but was the first time the episode was broadcast in this particular country.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be quite exciting. And as a further spoiler, this is another show I've had to make the subtitles for. So if it ends up being watched by native language speakers, I'm sorry in advance.
Is that Frozen? Do we need to be worried about that? I don't think so. Oh, we are there.
Yeah, we are frozen there. Why are we frozen there?
I don't know. YouTube hates us. Sorry, technical difficulties. What's the chat? I can't see the chat because I've got double vision at the moment.
There we are.
Yeah, we're there. We're back. Sorry, I just noticed that and I thought, do we need to worry? Yeah, we're back there.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back
We're
there.
back. That's fine. That's fine. Christ. I tell you what, this technology is terrifying. Next time we just do it on one channel and sod the rest.
Yeah,
that's it. Just
Twitch. You're getting it on Twitch and that is it.
No, for this stuff, you get it on YouTube. And
Oh,
that's
yeah,
it.
that's a good point.
Shit,
Yeah.
we mentioned both the brands. Damn it.
Oh, no. The red one and the purple one.
The red one and the purple one.
The red one and the purple one.
Have
Should we say what's
revealed
one?
Yeah,
No,
I was going to say, we haven't revealed what's
we
one.
haven't revealed it yet. Because winning with a deciding number is Spider-Man, the animated series. Gets its flowers. Look at, oh, look. There's a lizard there. Lizard. I said lizard. Definitely said lizard. Definitely said lizard. I'm so happy that one.
Same.
I'm so
Absolutely. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love Tokaja to get noticed. I'm just pleased it got in third.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really glad Spidey got in there because that was a fun one. That's one we've had requested before.
Yeah.
Like that and some of the other Marvel animated series. And don't worry, we'll get round to them. Even the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, and
the Hulk.
Yeah, the Hulk as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be nice to do those ones because the obvious one is X-Men, but I think the world is still very much concentrated on X-Men.
But we do actually have some specific feedback for the extras. Andrew Greenwood said, it's a credit to you both that you've been able to cover such a wide and ranging topics and interests in the 12-month period. Anytime the podcast can encroach upon the 80s and beyond is a real treat for me. I'm not a huge fan of the Sentai episodes. I just don't get it. See, this is the thing.
That's
Mixed
fine,
reviews. And it is fine. It's out, Andrew.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. We don't think any less of you. We don't.
No, I get plenty worse.
Yeah.
Online, yeah, but I've had it twice now.
However, I make a point of listening to every episode because of the hard work that goes into each one. Oh, keep up the great work, chaps.
Thank you, Andrew.
The question IRL, if I could have voted
How
for
short is
Spider...
that?
Oh, it's
That's
very
really
short. Yeah, very short. For those of you that tune into Under Console Nation, the question does not do short questions.
Nope.
The question IRL says, if I could have voted for Spider-Man 3 times, I would have done so. I also didn't vote for the Independence Day 4 episode only because I had listened to it before. Otherwise, that would have been a solid winner. Looking back, those were some seriously good content last year. You guys rock.
Well, that's an interesting point because you put up, and I mean this, and this isn't just blowing your trumpet. It is one of my favourite podcasts I've ever listened to. Like the production value on Independence Day UK, the work that you put into it. Obviously, Dirk Maggs.
Yeah, having Dirk Maggs on board was just amazing.
Yeah, and obviously he's given you some amazing feedback for how professional you were. I mean, it is an amazing episode. Obviously, re-releasing it then as well, and you had to make a slight edit to it.
Yeah. So a certain person had to be removed from the audio.
But I'll be honest, it got high. It was close. It was close to creeping into that top 3, wasn't it?
It was. It actually got the same number of points as Resha Sentai Tokuja, which came in at 3rd place. But Tokuja had more first place nominations, and that's how we deal with the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
It's like whoever has the most first. If they have the same amount at first, whoever has the most second. And if it's tied after that, then I don't know. I'll flip a coin. Probably. An interesting thing, and I don't think I've mentioned this before, is I actually went to Dirk did a kind of an evening with thing for a local arts festival. And at the end, and I was sat there and I'd met some people that I knew, and I'd met I'd met Dirk obviously and introduced myself and all that. And he was just talking about, because Dirk is wrapping up his career now. And understandably, the guy's been going for ages and has produced some amazing work. But he just talked about how it was becoming more difficult, and podcasting means anyone can create audio. There is the question of, should everyone have that ability to create audio, because production goes out of the window and people don't think. And some people will go, well, that's just being grumpy, but I get where he's coming from.
I totally agree. Like, we've said it before, haven't we?
But then he just thankfully, there are plenty of people out there that care about audio as a medium, even in the podcast stage. And that's when he points at me. And I'm just like, because suddenly, and there were loads of colleagues from the BBC there and everything, and people he'd worked with, and they all looked to see who he's pointing at, and I'm like, fuck off. Love you, Doug, but that was terrifying.
At that point, Ash had the sign that's behind us and slightly raised it.
I had a QR code on the back, but yeah, it was lovely to get the recognition.
No, it was lovely when you came away from that, because you tried to fit that in and you got there, and obviously you do have a job that is very all-encompassing, I would say. Like, literally it takes your life. So one, be able to do this is amazing, but two, for you to go off there and do that and actually do it off your own back and do something that you love, that was lovely. And then for you to get that recognition, because I had that from a friend who is an actual friend of Dirk when he explained who I was, and he went, oh my god, yes, they're referring to you. The research into it, second to none, and that was brilliant to be able to give you even that little bit of feedback. So, but
that wasn't the one. That wasn't the one that won. That was
But it's still one of those ones that I think, as I said, obviously I was not involved with that at all. I wasn't part of the podcast. It is one of my favorite podcasts of all time. It really is.
But yeah. So
is that the feedbacks?
That is the feedback, and it almost brings it. I tell you what, it's really like, you think of what the end of season, like when in the Games Master era, how long those ones used to be.
Yeah, but that's because some idiot, we're not going to mention who, would get together the other mods and then record an extra half an hour's footage.
To be fair, it wasn't just that. It's also because we were discussing sometimes seasons of Games Master that ran over 20 episodes.
Oh, yeah, it's a good point.
Plus the extras. Plus the various awards for challenges and whatnot.
Yeah, that episode of 200 didn't go on for a long time, and I definitely wasn't sat there in silence for about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
But before we go on to the core one, we do have some general feedback. This is just stuff that I couldn't pop in anywhere. A couple of anonymous ones as well. Anonymous one that just says, thanks for all the content in 2025, and hopefully you have a less stressful, more peaceful 2026. No, there's war. But thank you for the thoughts. I appreciate it. Matty, never heard of him. Hope everyone in UCP has a prosperous 2026. Also, any rumours of innuendos about best friends forever are fictional. I mean, thank God Matty has his best friend forever, Sean.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that could be about him.
It could.
Liam Jolly has one word. Wizard.
I can't believe it happened again. 2 years on the trot. See, we're in 2026 now. All I need to do is make sure we do not cover dinosaurs or giant lizards attacking men that have spidey powers.
Or wizards.
That's it. Or wizards. Yeah, good point.
Or ghost ships.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, goat ships. Yeah,
goat ships. Or a ghost ship and a wizard. Then
no more Johnny Quest. No more Johnny Quest. No more Dino Crisis, and no more blinking Spider-Man the animated. No, I can't make that commitment. I want Spider-Man the animated series back.
It might happen.
Probably. We got so much to cover.
But, another anonymous just says, thanks for another great year. Ian Williams says, keep up the good work. Guys, we will do our best. We will do our absolute best to keep it going. I can tell you right now that I go on a mini holiday on Monday, and there is a focus episode due to be released on Tuesday, and I will be editing it on a train to Birmingham at about 6:30 a.m. on Saturday, because setting all this shit up, including the stuff that doesn't work, like the microphones and God knows what else, just means I haven't had time to edit it.
Maybe you should do that while we're doing the stream tomorrow.
No. You want to hear audio problems? There'll be real audio problems if I'm trying to edit on this computer while it's also doing all this.
True that.
But I think that pretty much wraps it up. Should we go into the nominations for the core episodes? Because we had quite a varied year, and I'm not going to lie, this top three genuinely surprises me in some ways.
Yeah, no, I've got to admit, I'm surprised that a couple of others did not creep in there, especially the last one. Anyway, so let's go on to the core episodes. And for February/March, we covered a favourite of ours.
It's not there yet.
No, I know, but just there we go. Favourite of ours, Game Center CX. Will Areno-san get through Nosferatu, and will he keep down his tuna ice cream? Tuna ice cream, it's definitely not South America. I really could have filled some more space. And for the first podcast ever, we've covered a VHS tape in April's promoting the launch of a new console, the N64 for N64 magazines, loads of clips, and back to the Shishinkai show again. And finally, bit of a shock because no awards ceremony would be due without another awards ceremony. Yes, we are covering the doubleheader on the first ever gaming awards show, Cybermania. If it wins, it's all because it's American. Get that joke if you listen to the podcast.
Do you know what? You almost made it through with hitting everything to time.
I know.
And my favourite thing is you complained you had more time on that first one than you thought.
I know.
And then you overran.
Ran out of time.
It would have been terrible if I'd given you time to rehearse, wouldn't it?
Well, you were doing all these things. You had. I realised I haven't written my bits yet, so I did that quite well. I thought I, wrote those quite well. Well done me.
So, okay, let's just get this one out of the way first. Game Center CX being there doesn't surprise me at all.
No.
Like, look, when we did it last year, when we recorded it, I already knew it would feature in the top 3.
Oh, 100%.
Because people love us covering Game Center CX.
I think it won the core episodes last year as
well.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, if it didn't, someone will tell us anyway. But then we get on to the other 2 nominations. Now, N64 magazine VHS, I thought would do okay. It didn't surprise me as much as the other one.
But I did not think top 3.
No.
I did not think top 3. And I know that obviously it was done as an N64 life rather than a UCP, but I did not expect it to be that high. I really didn't. And that's something that I wasn't proud of it or anything like that. It just, I don't know. It's nice to see people enjoyed it, I suppose. But the one that massively shocked me, and maybe it was because I was so down on the flipping episode, was Cybermania. That baffles me that was in the top 3.
It does me as well, because I thought that was going to be a month when we were going to struggle. It was a double header. There was no dedicated focus. I wasn't sure how people would react to it because it was a slog. Like, to watch it was a slog. To record it was a slog.
To even write the notes on it, it was trying to talk about stuff that was happening, and it was boring. Apart from the actor who played Roger Rabbit. What was his name? I can't remember the actor's name, but I think
he was great.
He was brilliant. He was a breath of fresh air in that end of that first half.
Yeah.
But and then we had William Regal and who else was it? It was Regal and
was it Buff Bag?
No, it was
oh shit, no, it was
God, his son's a wrestler. He died in a car crash. Famous scene with Austin with the gun.
Yeah, I know who you mean. I know exactly what you mean. We're now
what's his name?
Flying Brian Pillman. There we are.
I'd say I hate that when you just draw a blank.
Yeah.
I love it when you're Monty sat there going, "Come on, Cliff, it's Brian Pillman." But it's really hard when you draw a blank and you've got a camera in front of you. It is the worst thing in the world, isn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it was Flying Brian Pillman. It was, here's the thing as well. We really screwed ourselves that month because we did, October was Game Over, which was a long one. It was also a 5-week month. Yeah. And then we rolled into Cybermania as well. Could have plotted that one better, but we didn't. However, it did okay. It did okay.
People seem to enjoy it.
It's right.
I thought you could see it. I was looking at you going, what?
No, I could see a flashing light on the screen and then I realised it's actually on the camera. Doesn't matter. Everything's new, Cliff. This setup literally didn't exist.
It's only there, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad that Cybermania did well because Cybermania was probably the hardest episode we've done this year. The clip sourcing, the editing, also the audio editing platform threw an absolute shit fit during the edit of that one. So I was crashing all the time. It was bad. So it's nice to know that people appreciated it.
That's it.
And in fact, we have some specific feedback about that episode from Mystical Machine Gun, who is in Australia, and I also saw in the chat earlier. Hey,
does
mate,
he fuck spiders?
No, he doesn't have time to fuck spiders.
Okay.
He's not here to fuck spiders.
Okay. I'm glad we made that clear.
And if he does that on his OnlyFans. He doesn't do it on Twitch. But I honestly enjoy every episode. The Cybermania one is up there as one of my favorites, as the appreciation for Leslie Nielsen in particular just radiated off of the speaker headphone. Now, even though he is a Patreon, I know for a fact that he has listened to some of the pre-feed episodes over the Patreon episodes in the past, because he sometimes listened to it around his kids. And we are known for salty words, including on this very stream.
Yeah, that's a good point, isn't it? God, yeah, that's a good point. We didn't think of that when we started this stream. But we've been all right. I think we've been well behaved. I think there's only been a little bit of injured. God's sake, you had to ruin it, didn't you?
Oh, I ruined it a long time ago. I ruined it when I messaged Luke back and said, yeah, all right.
Yeah, all right. That's all right. This podcast is going to have a defined ending to it.
I mean, to be honest, I never thought we'd actually make it to the end. But that's another matter. Shall we find out who won?
We shall. So I can't remember.
We'll find out in a second.
Because the winner is obviously Areno with Game Center CX with the Nosferatu doubleheader. Oh, that was such a good episode. I love Game Center CX.
Genuinely, if they put those episodes out there officially on YouTube, I think we'd just become the Game Center CX podcast. We would just do that. But as it is, I mean, a lot of them are on archive.org.
And there is a special dedicated website to translated episodes. But the issue that you have is that not every episode has been translated. You know, that they've actually only gone up to about 5 years ago. There hasn't really been any of the new episodes that have been translated
There
yet.
are, but they're just not on that site.
Oh, okay. But it's one of those things, is that it would be amazing to do every single episode of that, but how? That's the issue.
Yeah, it basically, it would be a case of if Game Center CX or the people behind it decided we're going to put them on YouTube and we're going to subtitle them, we'd leap on it. We would absolutely leap on it.
It's Japan
it
and
would
licensing.
we would go back to, and to be honest, that would have a definitive endpoint. However, someone else would have to finish it because there's so many episodes. We'd be dead by then, Cliff.
We've given ourselves a no deadline on this. We're definitely dead by the end of this, won't we?
But yeah, so I think Game Center CX, that might be Sec 2 in a row.
Yeah, I think so. And it's no spoilers. It's coming again.
Yeah,
It's coming again. We are doing another episode this year. This month. This year, not this month.
it's not next month.
It's not
That's
next
a different foreign language one.
It's not next month. It's close, but it ain't next month. But yeah, I mean, like, it's one of those ones. It's an easy pencil in. Go right. We are doing this episode of Game Center CX, and there are about 6 of them. We already know that we're going to be covering. So
Yeah. I mean, Matty's saying there's a few places that cover Game Center CX. There absolutely are. There are various blogs and websites and other things that do it. But here's the thing, is like, there's a lot of stuff we cover on YouTube that, you know, it's there because the rights owners don't give a shit about it. Or because in the case of things like Good Game or Video Game Nation, because the broadcasters actually uploaded it. If it was officially available, would jump at it in a heartbeat.
yeah,
But because fan subtitling has become such a contentious and takedown noticey kind of thing,
yeah.
I would be very reluctant to commit to something that could disappear.
No,
I mean,
yeah.
all of them can disappear. If I find a TV show that I think we're going to cover in the future and it's on YouTube, by default, I download the entire run because I want to have that archived. Something that we only really covered a special of, Noel's House Party. All of it was on YouTube. And the guy just deleted his own channel.
Yep.
It wasn't that he was asked to take it down. He just decided to delete his channel because he didn't like YouTube anymore.
Yep.
And then he went to a site that disappeared. So, yeah.
So that's it. They're all gone. And that is the issue that you have with any of these. Something could become lost media in a second. You know, it can be. It's not as bad as, let's say, tape back in the day, that, you know, reusing of tapes. But it is still that element of that we could lose something straight away. And as you said, because there is that negativity towards fans translations, I feel like it is opening up a can of worms. Or that would easily turn this podcast sour. Not between us two, but between new listeners or new followers.
Genuinely, there is also that thing of like, we've been lucky in that every time on this podcast, in the old and the new era, we've heard from someone involved in the show that we've covered. The reaction has been positive.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that when you see you've got a DM from Ian Lee or John Robotron, it doesn't mean that you don't have this brief butt clenching moment of going, oh, did we say something that would upset them? Like, it's why I'm glad Dominic Diamond never listened to anything we said, because I'm sure we'd have said something that would have pissed him off at that point. And he's not going to listen to this, so he's not going to know this either.
I literally said, haven't I said this month, like, oh, Pokemon, it would, Dominic Diamond told us it would never work. Didn't I literally say that recently?
Yeah. But, I mean, that does wrap it up. That wraps it up for the annual Floppies Awards. Next year, I will not. To be honest, we decided to put it off until March because we thought, oh, it'd be great. We can do it in person. Same setup that we'll have for Rumble in the Kronks 2. That's Rumble in the Kronks, the battle for the big floppy, myself versus him. There we go, cheap plug.
You tell me off for flipping plugging things more than once a show.
Yeah, but I'm not asking people for money. I'm asking for their eyeballs and their ears, potentially. Or just their ears and not their eyeballs. I know there's at least one person on Twitch possibly watching that always has our stream in like 144p in the corner while they're playing other games. Keza.
But anyway, you want to harvest bodies rather than have their money. Who's the villain here? Who's the villain?
Yeah, I want their time. I value their time more than their money.
And the tongues and the ears and the eyes and the noses.
Hey, mate, that kebab ain't going to make itself.
Can't wait for my kofta.
Speaking of Rumble in the Kronks, because, of course, it's the battle for the big floppy. It's a belt that's in the game.
Yes.
And it's also the battle to decide our summer special episode. What if we up the stakes?
How? Oh, for God's sake.
What if it's just not for a belt in the game?
Oh, wow!
What if it's for a real big floppy?
Fuck me! Mind me French, but I did not know that was coming. Can I hold it? Can I hold your floppy?
You can hold it later, because on that bombshell, thank you for tuning in. Join us tomorrow where the holder of this belt will be decided on Twitch. Rumble in the Kronks from 10 a.m. GMT on Twitch. And we'll be running, and it will be decided, I guess, just before 8 p.m. Yes. And for once, I've left him speechless.
I don't know what else to say. We'll see you all very, very soon.
Good night.